Hi, this is Kevin McPartland, Senior Analyst with TABB Group, and I'm here with Paul Caplin, CEO of Caplin Systems. Paul, single dealer portals have been a focus of a lot of attention lately, and I know that's a big focus for Caplin. So can you tell us a little bit about your business and then sort of what evolutions you've seen in that space over the last months and years?
Yes, of course. Our business is entirely focused on providing the tools that banks need to build single dealer platforms. And when I say a platform, I mean a bit more than a portal. I mean the software layer that integrates pricing and pre-trade content and execution across multiple silos within the bank so that they can provide integrated solutions to their clients.
So what have been some of the big focuses for those banking clients? What products, what pieces of functionality, what are they looking for?
The driver behind what most of them are doing is the challenge of how to build effective offerings that pull in clients and keep them using them. How do you grab a share of the screen real estate of the end users, buy side, other banks, corporates? And banks are taking this more and more seriously as direct web channels become an indispensable part of their marketing mix, an indispensable channel to market. The sort of things they're looking at are integrating cross-asset. This has been a theme for a long time, and it's progressing consistently as something that the buy side says that they want, and that the sell side is offering, but also integrating pre-trade content with execution and execution with post-trade. STP allocations and so on, and providing that to clients gives them a better experience, gives them better workflow and a more convenient way of trading, which is what they want, and that's why they use the platforms.
So when you talk about pre-trade content and how you can you give us an example of what maybe a scenario that would be fall into that bucket?
Absolutely. So most large banks have research portals, and they have a lot of analysts writing this research and trade ideas and technical analysis, and they publish that very often on the web, or almost always on the web these days, and people can download PDFs and so on. But having downloaded them, the point of that research is to prompt trading in one way or another. It's about trading. It's about what you should be trading, what you should be buying, what you should be selling. And banks are starting to realize that it makes no sense to have that entirely separate from the execution capability, and that a typical workflow might be to see a trade idea in a stream of trade ideas on a screen, to click on that trade idea, bring up commentary around that, ideas relevant to that, maybe charts, technical analysis, and to bring up trading capability at that point. Maybe open a trade ticket relevant to that exact idea. And several of our customers are talking to us about that kind of workflow at the moment. And it makes a lot of sense because you're more likely to capture the deal from the customer, and you're making it easier for the customer to get from the idea to the trade without having to switch to a completely different system.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that would be allow banks to provide better customer service and sort of more pertinent sort of product and information to their clients. So are there any, I mean, what are the barriers to deploying that kind of solution and technology? What are people running up against?
Well, the technical barriers are surprisingly small. It's relatively easy to implement the technology to combine the research and analysis content with trading. Of course, the other things that banks have to get over are providing metadata with the research. Typically, they may provide online research or a PDF which is all text, and while it may contain a trade recommendation, it isn't always captured as metadata that can be easily translated into opening a trade ticket. So banks have to put in additional processes so that when an analyst is writing a piece of research, he also captures in some machine-readable way exactly what he's recommending. But that's not a huge step. It's a process that has to be imposed.
So looking out, say, a year or two from now, what are some of the new interesting things that we should keep an eye out for?
Well, one of the things that's very dramatic at the moment is the technology trend towards HTML5 and the web as the delivery platform. There's been a lot of uncertainty. Nobody likes uncertainty. It makes it hard to make decisions, and it makes it possible to make mistakes when choosing technical directions. And the use of the web to deliver trading is ubiquitous now, but the technology that you should use for rich internet applications there's been a fight. There's been a big battle between different technologies. It was Java for a while. It was ActiveX before that. More recently, Adobe Flash, Flex, and Microsoft Silverlight have been entrants to correcting some of the shortcomings in the browser. But the advance of HTML5 recently, which is the new web standard that enables browsers to do all this stuff natively, has been really dramatic. HTML5 is still an evolving standard, but it's implemented to a substantial and consistent extent across all the new browsers, including Microsoft's IE9, and the announcement, absolute adherence to that by Apple and Google, and the recent announcement by Microsoft that they see HTML5 as the way forward, has produced a fairly dramatic shift in the market from doubt to almost universal enthusiasm for that approach.
That's fantastic, and that I mean, deployment issues for banks essentially go away. We don't have to worry about what browser people are using, or even if they're using an iPad, the systems will just
absolutely work. Correct, and it's interesting how well those things do, for example, work on platforms like iPads, and it means that people can stop agonizing so much about whether they're going to get locked into to a technology cul-de-sac, because I think almost no one believes that HTML5 is a cul-de-sac. The entire world is supporting it.
That's excellent.
And it looks like a way forward.
Also great. It's an exciting space we'll have to keep a close eye. And this is Kevin McPartland, Senior Analyst with TABB Group, here with Paul Caplin, CEO of Caplin Systems. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Kevin.